Hello Starcraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Pigzy and LoveLess on Prion Terraces. This is a TVT, a mirror matchup, and I'm glad you clicked on this because my mirror matchups don't get very many views. And I personally believe that mirror matchups are not as boring as they were in Heart of the Swarm, and we'll see if that applies to this replay. In the bottom right of Prion Terraces, we have the red Terran player. It is Pigzy with the Horde icon. Is that what that is from World of Warcraft? Sure looks like it. And in the top left of Prion Terraces, we have the blue Terran player. It is LoveLess from Team Finale. Or Finale. Or I don't know. Depends on your accent, I suppose. So a TVT, again, I've seen players go mech in TVT and win. I've seen them go bio in TVT and win. I've seen them go bio with tank support in a TVT and win. So there's some good options here. I haven't seen anybody actually try to go Sky Terran, except that one time. That one time, there was that really super insane long Archon mode game that I cast like 3 or 4 months ago. And it was a TVT, and one team ended up going battle cruisers and actually winning, I think, with the BCs. Did he win with the BCs? I think he did. Or that team, rather. SCV Scout coming on up here for Pigzy. And yes, tomorrow is the day I will be casting with Gauntlet SC2 at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. It was moved down. I know in my previous casts I said that it is actually at 2 p.m., but no, it is at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. Follow the tournament on Twitter at GauntletSC2 and learn more about it. There are so many great players who will be there. It's a really excellent prize pool. I'll be there with Bobby Awesome, the Canadian caster. Gonna have a really good time. I'll be there for 6, 7, maybe even 8 hours. Holy smokes. So be there or be square. Again, I'd love to get some support from my subscribers. I know you guys are fantastic, and I know you guys love Twitch because everybody out there loves Twitch these days. I know I'm not on Twitch, but it's just because I can't really commit to a casting schedule out there, and really just doing my stuff on YouTube takes up most of my time, considering I have family obligations and work obligations, and I'm trying to keep up with the media too. So basically, I just finished the Legacy of the Void campaign, right? I'm also very interested in getting Fallout 4, have not done that yet. I need to watch Jessica Jones on Netflix. I need to finish Season 2 of Rick and Morty. And I'm reading other books as well, including the Dresden Files. There's just so much going on in the brain of Falcon Paladin. It feels like it's going to explode sometimes. Marines are ready for that Reaper. Oh, chasing it away. 2 Marines. Actually enough to burn it down to the point where it's afraid to pop up there. Excellent play there by those Marines, knowing exactly where Reapers like to hop up to try to come in and kill stuff, and going for the Marine opening instead. See, it's different already. Different already. LoveLess going for the Marines and the wall off, while Pigzy not going for the wall off, going for the Reaper harass instead, and an early command center. KD8 charge, knocking the Marines back. Don't see that a whole lot, but that was pretty good there. Did you get any kills? Nope, no kills on that Reaper. And is there a command center coming up for LoveLess? No, there is definitely not. Just more of a 1-1-1 build here. Barracks factory into Starport. And our Terran player down here, the red Terran player, is going for that. Again, that command center, barracks, Starport, factory. So a 1-1-1 into a factory eventually with the command center thrown in there as well. Is he going to lift that onto the gold? No, actually moving over to the very more safe location here. There's just a ramp to hold into your second base. This gold is here, but it's wide open. There are also gold bases here and here and here. Nope, just kidding. And here. No, did they change this? Oh, there it is. Gold. Gold. There it is. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gold bases on this map. It's crazy town. I tell you what, 25 to 25 harvesters total. LoveLess does have a higher food count. Actually, Pigzy catching up here with 37 as well, so never mind. But this base comes up early for Pigzy. Command center is under construction for LoveLess, but not quite there yet. Looks like a fairly standard Marine tank play here from LoveLess. And again, because Medivacs can lift tanks that are siege, they have greater mobility than they have had ever before in Starcraft. Marine versus Reaper. Who's going to win this one? Oh my gosh, they're so both low on health. Oh, KD8 charge misses. Oh! Marine with 1 hit point. Reaper loses that battle for sure. Banshee comes rolling on in. There are a couple Marines, but not enough to kill this dude. 1, 2, especially if it's cloaked. Another Marine's going to die here. Oh, this harass with the cloak. Just brutal to watch here. There's a Liberator, so that's good. Assuming a scan comes up. Yes, there's a scan. Needs to get out of the range of that scan immediately. 1 more shot or 2 might kill it. No, it escapes. It escapes, gets a SCV that was trying to build a turret, gets the turret as well. Another SCV falls here running for their lives. Are these workers? Is there enough energy for a scan on that base? No, there's not. There is not. The Banshee only has 26 hit points. A scan comes up in just a couple seconds here. I have to imagine that there is, because why else? There we go. It's like the Marines ran in. Unless there's a scan coming, that's just suicide. So excellent, excellent play indeed. Yeah, let me know if the music is okay. I knocked it down a tiny bit because I got a lot of good feedback, but it did seem a little bit too loud to me when I listened to my own recordings, and now I think it's good. It's in the background, it is audible, but it's not overpowering, so I think we're pretty good that way here as well. Both players getting stim, both players getting tanks. Liberators coming out here for Pigzy, though. And a big old SCV transfer down here as well. 31 to 33 total workers. This orbital command is going to land and start getting some more stuff there. Second Banshee here as well, taking a shot from that missile turret, getting chased down by these two Liberators. And the scan comes up. Can the Liberators kill it? They're surprisingly bad against single targets like this. I mean, they're really good with splash damage, so Mutalisks take a ton of damage from a group of Liberators. But when it's just a single target, for some reason it feels like they just don't do much damage at all. This Banshee does have a single kill. Maybe he wants to kill this tank, but there's definitely a scan coming up now. And there it is. There's the scan. The Banshee dies. I mean, honestly, at that point, if you are the Banshee and you recognize that these Marines are intentionally running into your range, what that means is you should probably run away, because there's a scan coming and you're going to die. That's pretty much all there is to it. Your own mortality is staring you directly in the face. Alright, both players are going for tanks here. Look at the tanks and Marines. Again, Liberators are mixed in for Pigzy, which I like. Liberators are pretty good against tanks, but however, the problem with Liberators is when they're in defender mode, a group of stemmed Marines can run under them. They will take a couple casualties, but they will burn through that Liberator in about half a second if they're able to get in range. So we'll have to see what Pigzy does. I think the tanks might provide some anti-ground support for the Liberators so that they can do their thing from distance without having to worry about the Marines getting too close. I kind of like the strategy from Pigzy actually getting +1 infantry combat, or infantry armor. What do I call it? Combat shield, I think, is where I get confused. Taking the goal. Here's LoveLess. Oh, does he see it? He does. Pigzy sees it. He's going to kill it with these Marines and these tanks. Going to force a cancel. Is there going to be a cancel from LoveLess? Yes, there's the cancel. Defender mode being thrown up. These tanks need to get out of there. Oh, they two-shot tanks. Whoa! I guess 85 plus 85 is greater than 160. Moving right on up. The final tank here does not actually get killed. There it is. Does get killed. The Marines get rid of the tank. I don't know about that engagement there. The Liberator's getting chased down. This tank is in siege mode. Boom. Killing a Marine. Killing another Marine. Stimming right forward again. Marines are good, man. Stimming through. Vikings taking out one of the Liberators. The tank is gone. The Marine on the ground is gone. Pigzy needs to go into retreat here. He lost that battle absolutely for sure. The Vikings in the air are a pretty good counter to Liberators. They outrange them. They do extra damage, not extra damage to them, but they do quite a bit of damage to them as well. Oh, they do. 14 versus armored. Are Liberators armored? I don't think they are. Where are those Liberators? There's more in production. They're not out yet. Yeah, I think they are armored, so that's actually a pretty good choice to go for the Viking here when you see Liberators are out on the field, and perhaps why we don't see as many Liberators in TVT. I guess there's a good reason for that. Retaking this third base at the gold. Meanwhile, Pigzy does not seem to have any intentions to do that whatsoever. Barracks being produced here. Those Liberators just about to pop out. Tanks moving on out for our Red Terran as well. Tank count is 2 to 1. Not a super high tank count for anybody, but these Marines are looking angry. They do have stim. They are getting +1 attack. And I suppose they might get armor here eventually, but not right now. There it is. The orbital command landing on the gold, immediately ready to go. This one not quite completed yet. A drop coming down that left side. And where are my Liberators? Liberators at? Here they are. And they're armored. Yep. Alright, so good choice to get Vikings against the Liberators. They do extra damage to them. They have extra range compared to the Liberator. And it's just an excellent, excellent decision by LoveLess from Finale. Or Finale. Again, depending on how things go. Medevac boosting on in. And what is going to happen here? Going to drop the Medevacs, or the Marines rather. That's pretty good. Go after this tank. Going after the engineering bay that's not actually constructing anything here. They're going to focus it down, though. Look at that target fire happening. And the response is going to be some Marines and tanks, but I don't know if it's enough. Going after SCVs now. They probably should have done this in the first place. Missile turret trying to kill those medevacs. The tanks are setting up. Splash damage on the few Marines that remain. And the medevacs boost on out there for LoveLess, so fairly good attack. Again, I feel like it would have been a better idea to roll in there with the Marines right into the mineral line and kill as many workers as possible. They did get an engineering bay, but like other than that, that's about it. I mean, I guess Pigzy has lost 8 SCVs, but that includes the harassment earlier, so... Oh, missile turret killing one of the medevacs immediately. That was a bit of a blind drop, I think. Getting rid of that medevac, all the Marines on the ground are in trouble now. Boosh. And LoveLess losing a lot of stuff there. Pretty good defense from Pigzy so far. It is 95 to 98 total supply, 49 to 46 harvesters. Both players looking really even. 2,200 minerals, 700 gas lost for LoveLess, and Pigzy has lost 2,500 minerals and 700 gas. So again, just even Steven thus far in this game. Very, very fun game to cast, fun game to play. I have to imagine. The best ones are where you feel like you're evenly matched with your opponent, right? If you just go into the ladder and you stomp on your opponent's face with the heel of your boot the whole time, it's not as fun. I mean, I guess it's kind of fun a little bit, but wouldn't you rather be in a hard-fought battle where both players feel like they're even and then you come out on top? The other alternative is that you just get absolutely rolled and that your opponent just uses your skull for breakfast when it's done, which is not a great feeling. So again, 2 out of the 3 possible outcomes just aren't that great when you ladder, but one of the outcomes where you're evenly matched and you win is pretty fun. I guess there's evenly matched and you lose. There's a lot of negative potential outcomes on ladder, huh? I guess that's why ladder can be a little bit scary. Anyway, Liberator throwing on down. Going to try to kill them their tanks. 1 shot on the tank, 2 shots on the tank, and look at this, burning right on up. Getting rid of one of the Liberators. Another Liberator actually survives. Wow, with 5 kills. That is a veteran Liberator. Using the anti-air mode on those medevacs doesn't actually kill them. Setting up on the left side to kill that tank. Just barely inside that circle of death. Another tank falls. LoveLess really should be moving these tanks away if he's not prepared to defend them with Marines, because that is what should happen. Vikings rolling on in. They're going to try to get rid of this Liberator. They're going to get it. 1 volley, 2 volleys, completely gone. Liberator was already damaged, so that makes sense. Rolling in once again to try to snipe down some medevacs. Stemming forward, the Vikings. Tank fire splashing down on the Marines. They don't want to go in there. They really don't. And there we go. There's that mobility I was talking about with the medevacs picking up siege tanks and lowering them down again. Oh, a little bit too close to the fire. Flew too close to the sun there. Did LoveLess. A scan comes up again. We are looking at a tank Marine Viking standoff. An old-fashioned tank Marine Viking standoff here with Liberators mixed in for Pigzy. The Marines get another Viking and don't take any splash damage from those tanks. That's exactly what Pigzy needs to do here. LoveLess, meanwhile, is continuing to produce tanks and Vikings. An armory coming up. A planetary fortress being built here. Pigzy expanding while attacking. Excellent, excellent choice. But going inside that circle of doom, maybe not the best choice at all. Again, the Vikings are just being really active, getting shots off on these Liberators on this medevac, down to 20 hit points on the medevac. A tank splashes down a Marine that was not under control. A rogue Marine, I would say. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, let's appreciate that music. It's kind of a standoff right now. Not gonna lie to you on that one. Marines, tanks, it's pretty much World War I right now. There's a trench right here. You can't see it, but there's definitely a trench. Both players are kind of running themselves into that trench, taking shots from tanks, which is kind of more of a World War II thing. Ew, tank already has 2 kills. Is that another splash? There it is. Marines run right up to try to kill that tank. They get it, but every single one of them dies in the process. Like I said, man, World War I, just suicide running, throwing down a mule to repair things. I guess repair tanks in specifics. Where are these Marines going? Marines, no. No, LoveLess. Why would you... I guess 3 Marines are heading down for a mission on their own. There is a drop over here of Marines killing 1 or 2 things. But again, not that many Marines are left. And is anything going to come try to stop them? Whoa, those 3 Marines didn't last long. Oh, there we go. Some Marines come right on over. This guy gets completely burned down and he is gone. And, Marines over here are going to actually get a kill on that command center. It is not canceled. They get the kill. Marine on Marine action, but medevacs healing overhead make that not a fair fight for the Red Marines at all. No upgrades on the mech. +1/+1 on the Red Marines. No upgrades on the mech. +1/+1 on the Blue Marines. So again, just even Steven right now. Anytime the Marines get too close to the tanks, they die. Anytime these Vikings can get volleys off on medevacs and liberators, they kill them. That's a pretty good, hefty group of Vikings there. But running up on this left side where there are not any tanks covering it. Marines, however, are ready to go. And a single tank on the high ground should help dissuade any more attacks on this gold base. Being constructed just outside of range, that's kind of funny. Going to have to lift this off and land it back again, but I guess that makes sense. Oh, Liberators getting smashed down by the Vikings coming in from the left side here. And learn something new every day. Vikings, if your opponent goes Liberators in a TVT, absolutely go for the Viking. So it is 4 base to 4 base, 151 to 152 supply, 59 to 60 harvesters. These guys are mirror matchupping this mirror matchup harder than I've ever seen. The only difference really is that Pigzy keeps going for Liberators and Vikings are the choice here for LoveLess. A bunch of Marines die needlessly there as well. There's a drop on this right side by Pigzy. Constantly scanning each other to see exactly where the army is. The Vikings are looking for Liberators to kill. The Vikings are looking for medevacs to kill. Single medevac back here with 20 hit points available. I think the Vikings could probably take that down if they decided to, but tanks slowly pushing forward. This is quite a stalemate. The Vikings providing extra sight. That's why these tanks can kill these tanks, but these tanks cannot shoot back. That's because the Vikings are providing extra sight here, if you notice. Oh, there's a drop up here with a couple of Marines to take down those missile turrets, but look, they can see the tank. However, not true for the other tank there, so that's a problem. That's why you want to have that vision. Taking down 2 missile turrets. These Marines are upset. They're out for revenge. They have +2 attack, which means they do 8 damage with their Gauss rifle. And, oh, some Liberators of LoveLess's own. Throwing down Defender mode. Liberator gets exploded for its trouble, though. Another one dies. I don't think that was probably worth it, but whatever. Oh, wait, LoveLess. No, no, no. Pick up this command center. Land it over here. You can do it. Nothing will hurt you, I promise. There's a tank on the high ground. As these units are living with... Okay, so I was going to say Viking versus Liberator, but nope, not the case. Trying to push forward on this left side once again with a few Marines and a tank. Might have been able to get up there, actually, and kill that tank on the high ground and actually siege up this command center, but no. Ah, there we go. Lifting up the command center. That's exactly how we do things. That is how we do it. Taking a 5th base here is our blue Terran. Is Pigzy taking a 5th of his own? Not really, no. Running up this ramp once again with Marines and a tank behind it. Getting rid of both of the tanks on the ground. There's another tank up here, though. Yeah. And Defender mode should be able to clear it out. The Viking's going to try to stop that, but nope, not going to happen at all. Trying to defend itself with anti-air, but forced to run away. Because, again, that extra damage versus armored is just so good. So good for everybody. Alright, so Pigzy going into siege mode. Once again, nobody has really gained any ground here, I would say. Tank on the high ground with 1 kill. It is a tank. And Pigzy... Like, Pigzy's instincts when he's under attack like that are to go in there and just rush the other player, but it never goes well. It really doesn't. Liberators rocking in again, throwing down Defender mode. The Marines are ready, though. 1 Liberator dies, 2 Liberators die. Vikings, Marines, everything rolls on in. Again, the tank count just too high for LoveLess with +1 attack on those as well. And trying to get that last Liberator, and he does! Oh, Marine! Body flies about 15 feet, but he does get that last Liberator that had Defender mode on his tanks. These Marines are willing to lay down their lives for the people that they love, and those people happen to be inside siege tanks. Ooh, Marine group. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, Vikings as well. Doing fairly well here for Pigzy, saying, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. Now it's time to move on up. There's a couple Vikings here and a couple tanks, but if these tanks get sieged in high ground, that might be a good thing, and it is. Now it's an air battle. Viking versus Viking. The Vikings for LoveLess are forced to retreat. Pigzy has air superiority, but if he overextends with his Vikings, he's going to lose them. He does. He loses his Vikings. The Marines roll right on through. They take terrible, terrible casualties, but they do clean out Pigzy's army. Another attack from the flank here from Pigzy, trying to make something happen, but again, tanks in siege mode, pretty darn good. And the tanks for Pigzy kill some things, but get cleaned up as well. So Pigzy is down. Actually, no, tied up in total supply here. But is actually down a base, because this base is available for LoveLess, and this base has not been taken by Pigzy. Marines popping on up, +3, +2, getting high-sec auto-tracking, getting vehicle weapons level 3 is LoveLess. Playing this well. More Liberators, more tanks, more Marines coming out for Pigzy. Trying to make this happen. And is this drop going to do anything already? And it is. Going to roll right on in, but there are tanks on the high ground, and that entire Marine group just gets annihilated. There are 3 Marines left. So I guess not completely taken down, but whoa! A whole group of Marines spawns out of those barracks at just the right time. Takes up the medevac. Exploding. There was a group on the low ground just in case the group on the high ground could not complete their mission. It's kind of like how secret agents... right? They get in there and they're doing the mission and then they find out, oh, there was another agent set in case I was killed on the job to back me up. That happens on movies. I'm not sure if that happens in real life or not. These Marines are +3/+3. Terrifying little buggers. 9 damage, 3 armor. Woo-wee! With stim, that turns into a pretty lot of damage there. This is a planetary fortress. They can handle that number of Marines, especially if SCVs are repairing. Once again, trying to threaten this area as well. This is now a planetary fortress, which seems like a problem. But the Liberators are actually, or Liberator, sniping down some workers here, dropping down that worker count to 55, 54, 53. These SCVs need to run for their lives, and they don't. The ones outside the circle. Oh, I was going to say the ones outside the circle, but no, there was still one inside the circle. This guy's like, wait, what? What am I supposed to do? There's some fire coming down from the sky. I'm supposed to be mining, but I don't really feel like it. Oh, Vikings rock on in. That Liberator is absolutely going to die, and it does. These Marines are just kind of threatening. I guess they saw there was a PF there and didn't really want to push on in. A stimming forward to try to kill a tank. Are they going to get it? They get the tank. All of them die. This tank trying to smack down +3/+3 Marines. More difficult than you would think. Another Marine attack over here. Tank supporting this one, though, and LoveLess wins that battle pretty handily. Somehow this tank is still alive. Gonna drop the tank right on top of it. Does that actually... that actually kind of worked. Dropped down an unsieged siege tank on top of one that was sieged. Got in close enough to actually kill it there. Another orbital command up here for LoveLess. LoveLess is expanding like a mad dog. This base is up for Pigzy, but there are 40 workers and 3 mules just got dropped down. Take this base. Take it to Pigzy. It is for you. These Marines are on a mission to kill some stuff. Are they on attack move? It looks like they are. That tank gets some good splash on before it dies. Oh, excuse me. Marines burning through everything. Taking down Liberators. More Marines show up. Clean up the attack there as well. Man, Marine attacks. Marine on Marine is fast. That's all I'm going to say. Super fast. Whew. As I take a little drink there here at the 22-minute mark. Neither player really seems to have the upper edge or upper hand here. 17 workers on this base. LoveLess doing a little bit better of a job. Trying to make sure that is what is going on here. Resources lost. Let's take a look at that during this bit of downtime. 16,700 minerals lost for LoveLess. 4,800 mineral, or gas rather. And 19,000 minerals, 5,800 gas for Pigzy. Both players having lost in a certain number of workers. And against 71 to 54 harvesters right now. Pigzy is up, but he's super ridiculously oversaturated on this base. I mean, he's mined out here. He's basically mined out here. He's mined out here. A lot of idle SCVs. This is his mining base. He needs to take a base here. Possibly a base here. Possibly a base here. Nobody ever scouts over here. There we go. Pigzy, right thing in mind here. Going to throw down an orbital command right over there. As soon as it gets there, going to take a while because orbital commands fly slowly. Does it show their move speed? 1.31. Indeed it does. Marines and Vikings heading on out. Couple defenders here. Not that great. Stimming forward are these Marines. Tanks end up completely dead. Defender mode circles covering nothing at all. Tanks trying to murder stuff. And is it going to be enough to kill this planetary fortress? Yes, absolutely it is. They get the PF. Just barely, though. Most of the Marines are completely dead. And the Liberators head on back home. We killed a planetary fortress. That's okay. This base is up and this base is still mining, says LoveLess. Marines show up approximately 34 seconds too late. Group of Marines and tanks coming up this way. There's a single tank trying to defend, but it's not enough against these +3/3 Marines. Ooh, medevac as well. Some SCVs taking some major hits here. Stimming down is the defense force with a bunch of Marines as well. And this group is going to get cleaned up. There are just too many Marines that are not low on health already. Not injured, I guess. Going to chase down this tank. Trying to run for its life. Standing and fighting and getting blown up. Another big attack. Just going for it with non-sieged siege tanks. And doing all right. Actually still alive somehow there. The Vikings, however, are Liberator hunting, which is a problem. And who's going to win this battle? The splash damage actually serving Pigzy well here. Like I said, Splash damage, good. And the Liberator wins that fight with 2 kills. I did not see that coming. Absolutely did not see it coming at all. Marines checking out for this base. Not here. Checking for this base. It is here. Pigzy has this base. He needs to move about 20 or 30 harvesters from this base and move them over here. I feel that is an appropriate response. LoveLess moving down the left side. I still can't call this game. I don't know who's going to win. LoveLess has the higher supply, but Pigzy has more workers. Pushing on out again here is LoveLess chasing this army back. Some tanks sieging up. They do get scanned by LoveLess, and he says, I don't really want to move into siege tanks right now. And he says, maybe I do. Oh, he juked him out. He faked him out. Came back around the backside, stims in, kills the tanks from behind, and then just keeps moving on in. These Marines are no concern to him whatsoever. Going to get in there and try to kill some stuff. LoveLess, how's this going to work out for you? I really do not know. Medevac's heading up for a secret mission into uncharted space. Gets the orbital command, does LoveLess, now killing tanks as well. Marines are just good. Medevac's fallen here. The blue army for LoveLess is in a very commanding position right now. These Marines need to kill something, but they have been forgotten about, I think, by LoveLess. Tanks show up and actually repel the invaders. Where are the tanks for LoveLess? Here they are. They should have come and supported. They should have supported. And a drop back here, taking on this orbital command. This is one of the few mining places for LoveLess. 37 harvesters left for the blue Terran player. I think this is the only mining base, and it's oversaturated as well. Vikings come in and take out a medevac. Oh, that was almost full. Ouch. Viking dies for the trouble, though. Marines making sure this gold doesn't get taken. Marines walking past this gold to make sure it does not get taken. There are tanks in siege mode here. LoveLess is getting reinforcements from that left side and needs to do something with these guys. I think they can get this planetary if they catch it by surprise, especially with these reinforcements. Holy smokes. Is he trying to build a base there, or is that Pigzy? I don't know. Another big attack here, just rolling right on in, not bothering to siege his own tanks, just bringing Marines in to kill things. Vikings won the air battle, but looks like the ground battle is going to go to Pigzy. SCV in there to attack as well. No big deal. Vikings should probably go home. Widow Mine shot. What the Widow Mines? Widow Mine's coming up for Pigzy. Widow Mine does have a single kill. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It just brought this Viking down to like 31 hit points. Marines rolling on in once again. They're going to get the sensor tower. That's pretty good. This refinery that's out of gas. Running right on in, just trapping himself inside this natural base, getting add-ons, taking care of tech labs, getting factories as well, but they're very low on energy. No medevacs overhead to heal them back up. Do not overstim, LoveLess. Be so careful with overstimming. I don't think it matters at this point. Marines from the top side, Marines from the bottom side clean up the entire army. And Pigzy is up 130 to 126 total supply. Has bases everywhere right now. And yes, taking the gold base here is LoveLess. Actually building his own new command center. I would bring this one over if I was him. Or, you know, maybe this one would be good as well. But, you know, building a new one can be nice. Building a new home is always an exciting experience. Units tab right now. 36 SCVs, 5 Vikings, 5 medevacs, a Reaper. What the heck? LoveLess has a Reaper? He does. 11 tanks, 36 Marines. 36 Marines, 6 tanks, 3 medevacs, and 1 Widow Mine. Up for Pigzy. Production tab shows continuing to make Liberators. LoveLess making a big move on this orbital command. Who's going to win this battle? Siege tanks get up into siege mode for Pigzy. That is huge. Laying down splash damage on some things. That tank dies, though. These tanks trying to kill this orbital command. Can they get it? They desperately want to. And they do get the orbital command. It explodes. Pieces flying everywhere. They got the base. They lost a lot of Marines doing it, but the Marines knew what they signed up for when they broke the law and got conscripted as criminals into the Terran army. Is that what they say? Is that how that works? I don't know. I do not know. Pigzy with his +1 tank shots coming on out. These tanks are at a +3. Woo, 65 damage versus armored. Tough, tough indeed. Liberators heading on out. But again, you saw that Viking count. What are you... Why are you... What's going on? Taking some shots there from Vikings. They're chasing down the Vikings there. Low on health. 2 of them die. And then going to throw up some defender mode on these tanks. I think going to try to do it. Anyway, another attack over here with tanks completely shelling this planetary fortress. Oh, Pigzy looking really good right now. This base is completely under fire. Has taken this base And this base is still running as well. Is he going to try to repair this? There's a single SCV trying to repair through this tank damage. I don't think it's going to happen. 55 damage versus armored. Planetary fortresses are armored mechanical structures, which is weird, mechanical. I guess it makes sense. The Marines come on in to clean up the rest of these SCVs. Loveless is falling below 30 SCVs here at the 30-minute mark. That is not a good sign at all. Showing up a little bit too late to defend, stimming forward and going to get these tanks that are unprotected. Going to burn through them, no problem at all. Marines as well, trying to defend. Only 3 or 4 of them left after that planetary fortress incursion, and they are gone. This is a planetary fortress. This is as well. This is another PF. Pigzy up 154 to 145 total supply. Again, has the harvester count, but there are 42 workers on 3 mineral patches. Pigzy, why? I really don't know. Another win here for Pigzy, sending Liberators after Vikings and killing yet another one. No, 3 hit points left. How's that even possible? I think Defender mode would be good right here by Pigzy. I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen. However, floating over command center to this base that is secured. Oh, tank. I don't know about that. There's lots of tanks here now. And what is this? Did he accidentally call down a mule right next to those siege tanks? I think LoveLess did. Another attack on over here, and LoveLess wins that one, including picking up the medevacs. Stimming on up. I don't know if that planetary is a good target. This one might be better, but again, it's a PF, which does do 40 damage, and Marines only have 55 hit points. And it has splash as well. Defender mode up here. Gonna 2-shot these tanks. Wham! Another tank going die. Liberator with 8 kills. It is a corporal. I don't know how that's not inside the circle, to be entirely honest. Da, 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 da. I'll stop singing. Just epic, man. Marines try to run in again, but the tank count is a little bit too high. That's kind of how this works in TVT. Like, you can run in and kill tanks with your Marines, but you just have to know how many tanks there are and what their upgrades are, because that can happen to you. And you kill a tank, but the other 2 are still just fine and dandy. SCVs repairing them and all. Another attack over here. Pigzy looks like he's going to win that one, and he does. Another base, not a planetary fortress. Oh, LoveLess. You're going to lose this base as well. How is this going to end for you? Down to 25 harvesters going right after these SCVs. The SCVs are running for their lives, getting mown down by these Gauss cannons. LoveLess down to 16 workers. 15 workers now. Tanks come and try to defend. I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not. Stimming on up, going to try to kill this command center. And are they going to get it? The SCVs are desperately trying to repair the tanks, providing ground cover for them. And it actually survives. The command center actually lives there. Coming up, and is he going to drop Marines on top of these tanks? He does. He drops them on top of the tanks. I can't really see what's happening here. SCVs are trying to attack the Marines. Oh my gosh, is that actually working? No, not really. Nope. Another tank rolls on in by itself, does get murdered by these Marines. Pigzy's Marines. Man, those guys are heroes. Those are heroes of the Dominion for sure. These tanks have been here for a while, I think. LoveLess. LoveLess throwing down a command center over here for reasons unbeknownst to me. Scan, 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 scan. And production tab looking really good for Pigzy because LoveLess has literally 0 minerals in the bank. 187 to 52 total supply. The army looking good. Low ground attacks of refineries. Pretty great, I guess. Another refinery fight dying as well. Kaboosh. Oh, command center falling. How many command centers are left? I don't know if it shows how many there are. Zooming on out. Viking dies. Individual tank or Vikings also falling. Command center falling as well. This army not big enough, I don't think, for LoveLess. These Marines are out for blood. This tanks were not quite sieged yet. LoveLess is down to 16, 10, 9, 8 total supply. He wins that battle somehow with 8 total supply remaining. Not mining from here. Not mining from... Oh, actually, he's mining from here. LoveLess throwing out the question mark, question mark. Pigzy with the smiley face. And LoveLess calls the GG. LoveLess is defeated. Pigzy's victorious. And LoveLess has left the game. Well, what do you know? Ladies and gentlemen, Pigzy pulls it out here in the 34th minute after nip and tuck. Neither player really getting a super good handle on the other until these bases got taken down by Pigzy. Until this base was firmly established by Pigzy. And LoveLess wasn't quite able to do anything on this side of the map except for this little incursion here. So in the end, Pigzy played very, very well indeed. Congratulations to him, and I hope you enjoyed this TVT. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate your support, and you take care of yourself.